Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me remotely. I'm very sad that I can't be there with you in person. I was really looking forward to attending WordCamp Asia and particularly visiting India and Mumbai for the first time. But, sometimes we make plans and they don't work out. But I hope you can meet some of my colleagues there and maybe visit our booth. And I hope to see you at another WordCamp. So I'm going to be speaking about MCPs and specifically about how they are, in many ways, the next natural evolution of how WordPress has been extensible until now. How WordPress has always had an infrastructure that encourages innovation and creating new products, plugins, etc., for WordPress, and how all of that experience with that type of approach to development and innovation is actually positioning us in the WordPress ecosystem really well to take things forward. So I'm not sure if you can see my slides. Can you? Yes? Thank you for nodding. I appreciate it. Okay. Great. Okay, so what are MCPs? It's model context protocols. That's why the title of the talk is Hooks, Filters, and Now Context, why MCPs are the hooks of the AI era. So let's go to the next slide. I'm going to assume you can see the next slide. Okay, so I'm going to take you back to once upon a time in the early days of WordPress, when many of us, including myself, would unfortunately make changes to WordPress directly in core, which was very, very bad practice. I think not recommended. But in the early days, we didn't necessarily know better. We were learning things, we were testing things out. And WordPress already was really fun to work with and make changes to. And so in many cases, we would just go straight to core and make those changes. We're talking, I've been in the WordPress space over 20 years, so this was quite a while ago. But I remember that was how many of us approached doing work in WordPress. But the hooks and filters did exist. It just, like, editing in core felt somehow more immediate, and it was the lazy way of doing things, which sometimes we do, and so we would do that. And that was how we were doing things. Next slide. So that was all fine until it really wasn't. An update would come out, a WordPress update, and it would write over the changes that we made in core. And eventually that happened enough times to enough people that we started to really understand the value of the hook system and that we should all get behind it. It wasn't just a nice to have, it was the right way to work with WordPress. Not because editing core was impossible, but because extending it through the shared system was so much better for everyone, including myself and including others. And that shift to working with the ecosystem, it really took hold, obviously, and developed into something much broader. But it wasn't just a technical shift. It wasn't just about that we could hook into WordPress. It was a cultural one. The community collectively decided that the future of WordPress development and customization should be the shared protocol, not the shortcut. The decision to build this way turned WordPress into one of the most successful open source ecosystems in history, with tens of thousands of plugins, thousands of themes, companies built around it, hosting companies, page builders like Elementor, e-commerce platforms like WooCommerce, all interacting with each other without coordinating in advance, without requiring permission, and without even needing to actually know each other, although it is always better to work together if you know each other. But people could just build and extend WordPress or other products without actually having to know the people behind that product. We just needed to agree on the interface. Next slide. Oh, sorry. Now next slide also. I was talking about this slide, but I didn't say next slide. Anyways, next slide. Okay. So we're at that moment again with AI. And that shared interface, that common protocol that we all have been working off of is what I want to talk about today. Because I think we're standing at a very similar moment, except this time, it's not about plugins talking to WordPress, it's about AI agents talking to your WordPress site. And from the other side, making sure that your products can talk to AI. And we, as an ecosystem, the WordPress ecosystem, we're uniquely positioned to grab this opportunity and continue to be a leading platform due to the decades of experience and our very rich history as an open and collaborative ecosystem. Next slide. Okay, so we know that the concept of hooks was key to WordPress's growth, but let's just take a look at what it technically achieved. I know I said the cultural aspect was very important, but obviously the technicalities are important as well. So what did it offer us? It offered us an open infrastructure and a standard that everyone can rely on, which is actually quite amazing considering the scale of WordPress. The standard protocol, the hook system, has held up and been very reliable all these years through all the evolutions of web technologies, the different approaches to building that we've all taken on over the years. It's really held up very well. And there's no gatekeeping behind it. You just find the hooks and you extend. There's clear extension points. It's quite clear. There's structured pathways for external code to interact seamlessly with WordPress and with other products, which I'll talk about. And it was about building the rails, setting the infrastructure up, and then getting out of the way of the community. I know that particularly at WordCamp Asia, in my experience when I'm there, a lot of the attendees are developers building products and solutions for WordPress. And WordPress enables that because of the infrastructure that's there, and you can just do what you want and do what you think is needed and innovate around WordPress, and the friction is very low or non-existent almost. So let's just look at a real world example, which I know very well. Elementor. Elementor is a plugin. And why is it possible to do what it does? Because of the extensibility of WordPress, because of this hook system. When WordPress was built and launched, when Elementor was built and launched, it just needed to know where the hooks were and hook in, and it worked with WordPress. There was no need to ask anyone for permission to integrate with WordPress. There was no need for special partnerships or licensing agreements, which you may see in third-party proprietary systems. Just use the hooks. And this carries on to the world of plugin extensions or add-ons. By adopting this mindset of extensibility ourselves, when third-party developers want to add a custom functionality to Elementor today, they just register through our extension API, and their widget appears in the editor alongside the ones that we built natively. No involvement from us required. It's very possible that many of you in the audience now have developed extensions for Elementor. We know that a lot of products have been developed in the Asia region for Elementor, and we appreciate it. And you can just do it. Of course, we'd like to know you as well, but you can do it without even talking to us, or there's no need for permission. Just do your thing. Now, let's say someone wants to build a solution for WooCommerce sites that also use Elementor. So it's a cross-product situation, no problem. This type of cross-product development happens all the time. We're not involved. And because of that, it compounds the innovation flywheel that exists in WordPress even further. Why is this good for all of us? More use cases means more users who are having their needs answered, which means more developers building more plugins, which means even more use cases. This is a flywheel that spins because the infrastructure has been open, the extension points were well-defined, and no single entity controlled who could participate. People could innovate freely without barriers or friction. Next slide. That's the real power of a protocol. Not just that it connects things, but it also connects people, and it makes connection the default, which leads to growth being the natural outcome. And that is what we have seen over the last 20 years, where WordPress has kept growing to reach a point where it's over 40% of the internet. Next slide. Okay, so what does this mean for where we are today? WordPress is doing exactly this again, right now, for the AI era, by evolving to meet the demands of today, based on the wisdom and experience of the past decades of successful growth and innovation. Next slide. What the core AI team is building is the hooks system for AI. It's what I said in the beginning, a type of natural evolution of our approach to making sure that WordPress infrastructure is extensible and ready for everyone to work on. And the hooks of the AI era are what the core AI team is building out now in a very smart way. These are common protocols, shared infrastructure, open by default, and notably built in exactly the way open source projects build things, which means anyone can contribute, anyone can build on it, and no single entity controls who gets access. It sounds familiar, right? This is very similar to the hooks approach that WordPress has had until now. What this means practically is that the opportunity is right in front of all of us. The new hooks, the Abilities API, the MCP adapter, the WPA client, they're all here for us to build on in the same way that we have until now. The same instinct that drove developers to learn hooks, share what they figured out, and build plugins that solve problems nobody else had thought to solve yet. That instinct is exactly what's needed now. Next slide. Okay, so WordPress is ready for AI, especially once WordPress 7.0 is launched, is released. We are an AI product. But many of us are maybe thinking or are thinking or have considered, what about all the vibe coding tools that are out there? How do we compare? Many of these tools are indeed impressive. But think about what they're actually offering. A managed environment, a proprietary data format, a platform that controls what you can build and how you can extend it. The AI is very capable, but the ecosystem is in many ways a walled garden. And the people building on these platforms are siloed from each other. Everyone is solving the same problems independently. I'm building a plugin to do a thing, and you're building a plugin to do a thing. You know, it's like, so there, but at least in WordPress, we're sharing it with each other. They're building a whatever. Nobody else knows that they built it. Everyone's repeating themselves. They're not learning from each other. So nobody is building on what the person next to them figured out. There is obviously some level of sharing, but it's not the same. They're not, you know, releasing their code out into the internet for people to learn from and build on. So why should each of us reinvent the wheel every single time? That's not just frustrating, it's actually very wasteful in time, in energy, and in the very real compute resources that go into running these things. In those walled garden environments, whatever you want to do and need to do, in almost every case, you're going to burn through tokens. You don't almost have an option to do things yourself and have that control and not use AI tokens if you don't want to. Next slide. But beyond the technical architecture, there's something deeper here that I think is one of our strongest advantages, and it's harder to quantify. It's the culture. Many of us who came up in open source learned by reading other people's code. I know I did. I would dig into themes and plugins, and that's how I learned to build with WordPress. We figured out how things work by digging into plugins someone else had built, by seeing how a problem we were wrestling with had already been solved by someone in a different country who published their solution for free. That's how this community has always grown, and it's how human progress works in general. Every generation builds on the breakthroughs of the one before it. You can't advance by starting from zero every time. That culture of sharing, learning from each other, and building on top of what already exists can't be manufactured. You can't force it into existence in an industry that wasn't built around it. It's either there, encouraged and celebrated, or it isn't. In WordPress it is, and it has been for over 20 years. That's not a feature you can copy. It's a compounding advantage that the vibe coding world simply doesn't have yet and may never have in the same way. Next slide. I've been working hands-on with this from the ecosystem side, working with third-party teams to support MCP integrations between their products and ours. And the dynamic I've seen firsthand is almost identical to what hooks created in the plugin ecosystem. I've been in conversations with teams from companies that are technically competitors of ours, working through MCP integrations together because the protocol makes it the logical thing to do. Our shared users benefit when we collaborate, and the protocol makes collaboration easier than the alternative. Next slide. What all this means practically is that the opportunity is right in front of us. The new hooks are here, the Abilities API, the MCP adapter, WPA client. The same instinct that drove developers to learn hooks, share what they figured out, and build plugins that solve problems nobody else had thought to solve yet, that instinct is exactly what's needed now. So I encourage you, start learning this infrastructure if you haven't already. If you have, learn it more. There's always more to learn with AI. It's endless. Experiment with it. When you figure something out, share it, because someone in this community will build on it, just like we've always done. Now it's the ecosystem's turn to do what it has always done. Build on the new infrastructure. Expose your plugins capabilities through the Abilities API so AI agents can discover and use them. Find the use cases your specific audience needs, the niche, the edge case, the very specific problem that cannot be addressed in core, and solve it. AI enables us to do way more than we could in the past. You really can solve niche edge cases now, your own and others. Share what you learn. I highly encourage that. It's really, in the beginning, when I started using WordPress, I had a blog where I would write all of my learnings, and I've actually started doing that again now on my own personal site with regards to AI and WordPress and AI in general. I highly recommend that we all share our learnings and document them for each other. We can all do much better when we don't have to constantly reinvent the wheel. Write about it, talk about it at events like this one, like I'm doing right now. Hello. Put your code somewhere, people can read it. Let the next person build on what you figured out. Next slide. There's no doubt that the AI era is going to change how we build, maintain, and grow websites. It has already. Like, these changes are already happening. And it's actually very exciting. I am having such a good time building with WordPress. It reminds me of the early days when I first discovered WordPress and was building with it. It's that same level of excitement, maybe even more. It's a really exciting time to be building in our ecosystem. And what's exciting is that everything that got us here, open infrastructure, shared knowledge, the long tail served by 1,000 different developers, solving 1,000 different specific problems, is exactly what positions us to lead what comes next. This is how WordPress got to where it is. That's how 60,000 plugins happened. Not because one company planned it all out, but because thousands of people over 20 years, many of you included, kept extending the platform one use case at a time and sharing what they built. The AI era doesn't change that dynamic, it accelerates it, and it gives us a much bigger surface area to work with. The history of collaboration, extension, and shared knowledge isn't just something to be proud of, it's what positions WordPress to be a leading solution in the AI era. Not despite how we've always worked, but because of it. Next slide. So let's get together and build what's next. I'm excited to see what we all create. I think these are very exciting times with a lot of opportunity. And especially now that AI is going to be baked into WordPress in the way that it is, which is very suitable to WordPress. Not forcing anyone, but it's there for us to choose to use. There's a lot more opportunity there as well. So I encourage everyone to learn and share what you're learning. And thank you for listening. You can find me online, social media, all the places, post status Slack, make WordPress Slack, and my email address is here if you want to reach out. I hope you enjoy the rest of this amazing event. It looks amazing. And I hope that I'll be able to see you in person at another event soon. Thank you very much.